welcome back to my channel. So this video is pretty self-explanatory. It's a book haul. I have been collecting books for these last couple weeks, and pretty much all of them are thrifted, I think, except one. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So first off, I thrifted this book for like 25 cents, and it's Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And it's like old, and I love that because look at the pages. They're like brown. I just love that. I love the vibes with that. And I think my brother might have read this when he was younger, like Sherlock Holmes and all that. So I really want to try the mystery. And it's not very long either. I think it's like 250 pages. So I'm looking really forward to reading this. But this one is the original illustrated Sherlock Holmes. And I saw this and I just thought it was like so cool because let me show you like the pages. It's with the drawings. It's kind of thick, obviously. Like, will you look at that? But I'm not even sure if I'm gonna read this or not because like the writing is so small and everything. But I mostly like got it for the illustrations. I might just have it on my bookshelf. The drawings I just thought were so cool, so I got this, and it was also 25 cents. I went to this store, it's a thrift store, and they just sell books for 25 cents, and I usually don't find anything good, but that day I did, and I got like 4 different books, and this was one of them. Then in that same thrift store, I got Agatha Christie 5 complete novels. I have heard so many good things about Agatha Christie. My brother, he has read a couple of her books. My parents have read a couple of her books. She's such a famous author, and I'm really excited to get my opinion on her. Anyway, moving on. Then I got, I think, Sight by Neil Shusterman. You know, I've heard so many good things. Well, actually, that's a lie. I haven't heard anything about this book, really. I've seen it on TikTok, and a lot of people have read it, and it was so famous. So this book is about a world with no war, no disease, no hunger. Like, even dying is controlled. Basically, Sights, I think that's how you say it again, I'm not really sure, are the only ones who can control death. So they are basically in charge of keeping the population number on Earth, like, controlled. And these 2 characters, Citra maybe, and Rowan are like sight apprentices, and they are gonna learn how to master like the art of death or like killing. And them failing to learn how to do that will mean the cost of their own lives, and they're gonna learn how, you know, messed up this world is. And I mean, it seems interesting. Yes, I have read dystopian books, just never one like this. Then yesterday I went to a bookstore, super pretty bookstore. I found this book. It's called The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, and I have heard a lot of things from this book. It's about this girl, Liesel, I think that's how you say her name, who steals books, and she, I think, is an orphan, so she has a foster family, and her foster family is hiding this Jew in their basement, and it's how she's gonna learn, you know, how her world is both opened up and closed down because of what their foster family's doing, which is very dangerous at this time. That's the only thing the back says, because I don't really know that much about the book other than what I've heard what people say. And I have heard people say that it is really sad, and I can kind of assume from what I've heard, quotes I've seen, how this book ends or something that happens in the book. Just let me know if you read this book, if you liked it or not, because I haven't really looked at reviews. This next book I'm so excited for. I'm so excited to read it, to talk about it, to get my opinions on it. This author, I loved her other book series, and it is none other than Holly Jackson. She is the author of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I loved. It is a trilogy. I totally recommend it. It's a YA mystery. This book is about 6 friends who go on a road trip in an RV, and basically they are stranded in the middle of nowhere with someone outside who wants to kill them. And basically, you know, secrets are going to start coming out, and they have to make it till the next day with all of them surviving. And quite obviously, you realize that only 5 survive. It says 8 hours, 6 friends, 5 survive. Also got Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Ultimate Guide. It's pretty small. It's like a pretty small book and pretty short too. And the cover is so cool because it's one of those, I don't know if you can see with the camera, depends how you look at it, it changes like pictures. I just thought that was so cool. It comes with these little cards with the characters on it. Let me show you. These cards, I think, are the original drawings for the Percy Jackson characters. Like, look at it, Percy, and then on the back, it comes with a little, like, description of the character, It says Percy, also known as demigod, son of Poseidon, seaweed brain, hometown New York, weapon of choice, riptide. And super cool. It also comes with Annabeth, and then also a description in the back. It has Grover, Poseidon, Zeus, Athena, Hestia, and Hyperion. And I just think that was really cool. And I've been kind of going through this book a little bit, and it's super cool. Like, it comes with these drawings and just things like describing each character. Next up is Bridge to Terabithia by Katherine Paterson. This book, I have actually already read it, but I didn't own it. My mom, every time I get a book that I have already read, she's like, why do you need to have it if you already read it? And I'm like, Mom, it's for the collection. The collection. I love, even if I didn't like it, I want to have the book with me to be able to like show it off and talk with it. It's better like have it on paper. But anyways, this book, I did like it. I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is pretty good, still pretty good. And it's about 130 pages, really short, really cute read, I guess. Now, I was gonna say fun, but it's not, kind of a sad book. Jess Aaron, who is a 5th grader, who just, his dream is to be like the fastest runner. And then one day, this new girl, Leslie, moves there. And she's just kind of the weird girl. She doesn't have a TV. She likes to read. Likes to be like one of the boys, I guess. She runs. She's like the fastest runner. And Jess kind of gets mad at that because, like I said, he wants to be the fastest runner. And anyways, they basically become friends. And Leslie has this like huge imagination. And her and Jess basically go into the woods and find this like really cool place. And they make it their imaginary world called Terabithia. And basically, that's what happens. I don't want to say too much to not spoil the ending or anything in the book. Also got Orbiting Jupiter by Gary D. Schmidt, I think. This book I also read, but I read it as an ebook, so I didn't own it. And this is the kind of book that I feel like you would annotate, and I'm getting kind of into my annotating era. I might reread it or like flip through it and kind of annotate it maybe. This book is about Jack, who gets a foster brother. His name is Joseph, and he's this like troubled teenager. He has been in jail. He almost killed one of his teachers in school, and he has a daughter. Joseph is about, I think, 14 or 15 years old, and Jack is about 11. Joseph has a daughter, and her name is Jupiter, and he has never met her. Joseph is super desperate to go and find his daughter, and Jack doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be desperate himself to go and help him. You know, you get to kind of see them, you know, grow together as even like real brothers. Joseph is really quiet and doesn't really want to talk to anybody, but then he becomes closer to Jack. And it's really cute how you see them like come together and become like real brothers and close. And it was a good book. And then for the final book for this video, we had Divergent by Veronica Roth. Again, this book I have also read. I didn't have the physical copy of it. I had the last 2 books, but not the first one. I thrifted the other 2 books as well. So this one I was super happy to finally have the physical copy of. I did really like this book series. I read it like a year or 2 ago, back when I started getting into reading. And it is a YA dystopian book series. It's a trilogy. I don't know about you, but book shopping and mostly book thrifting is just one of my favorite like activities, because you know what they say, book shopping and book reading, 2 different hobbies. If you have read any of these books and you have opinions, please let me know, put a comment below. Anyways, have a great day, bye, and go read a book.